I sat down here today to tell you about Jeremy Stevens versus Yair. Okay, that's what I sat down here to do. I almost don't have anything to talk about. I don't know what to say. I told my partner Ryan, I said, Ryan, you want me to talk about a fight that lasted 14 seconds? You want me to make it 5 minutes long? I'm up against it right now. Oh, by the way, Ryan, the fight ended in a no contest. Okay. Now, a no contest in the world of fighting would be equivalent to an annulment in the world of marriage. It is to be viewed by all as though it never happened. So you want me to give you 5 minutes on a match that lasted 14 seconds. Oh, and by the way, officially is to be recognized as an annulment that never happened. All right, great. It's not as hard, though, as some may think. Now, so much has been made about the fans that are throwing bottles. Okay, I don't like that. I don't love it. I don't understand it. I've been in those arenas. I know how hard it is to get in front of the line at the concession, and then I know how expensive those beverages are. It's like when I go to the movies. All right, I don't leave the popcorn and pop behind. It was too big of an investment to start with. I'm not going to eat the popcorn later. It's stale. It's cold. But I'm not going to leave it in the movie theater because it cost me $12. Now, not for nothing, and why has no credit been given? The people that were throwing stuff were pretty good at throwing stuff, right? I mean, I watched that tape. They got their mark. It seemed like anybody in the arena, no matter where they were sitting from the front row to the 80th row, could get said beverage into the octagon. Why is nobody breaking that down? These guys should be doing shot put in the Olympic Games. These guys should be drafted for Major League Baseball. I didn't see a guy from the 20th row throwing something and it hits a guy in the 14th row. They were hitting the octagon. They were hitting the announcers. They were hitting Jeremy Stevens. Oh, by the way, none of them hit your ear. I don't mean to make this funny. I'm being serious. The guys that were throwing stuff, they were good at throwing stuff. Then you have some kind of a clash that came out. If there was a video of this, somebody please send it to me. I looked for a video, couldn't find it. Some kind of a clash came out where Yair runs into Jeremy at the hotel. Now, don't forget, Jeremy had to go from the venue to the hospital. I saw a picture of him. He's got a strip over his eye, right? I mean, it's like a patch over his eyeball. And Yair shoved him at the hotel. Now, that is a little bit interesting because I am still confused why Yair is so upset. That's the part that I'm missing. Was he upset because he didn't think he fingered Jeremy's eye? Was he upset because he did think he fingered the eye, but the Jeremy could have continued, thus taking of the night bonuses from him and a win from him and a move in the rankings from him? Does it have nothing to do financially and Chael's just projecting and guessing what would be all possible? I really don't know. But one thing that I do know, okay, the only person that gets to decide if that eye is okay is the doctor and Jeremy. And largely it's Jeremy. Largely the doctor in those situations for the matches I've seen will talk to the fighter and then take him at his word. It's really all he knows. Jeremy Stevens a tough son of a bitch, guys. He's as tough as an old leather boot. There's nothing in his past that would possibly lead you to come to a different conclusion to make believe that Jeremy Stevens, that asked for this fight, agreed to the location, packed up a training camp to his own expense. He picks up the tab for that. 6 weeks early, he goes out to Mexico so he could acclimate, so that he could go out and have this victory, is going to flick it? Man, that's rude. Not only is that disrespectful, but that's just plain rude. And by the way, you're kicking a guy while he's down. And by the way, I'm not a prude. I've been a tough guy my whole life. So please take it from me. Only part of your body you don't want to is your eyes. The only part. As an athlete, that's the part. It's not your teeth. It's not your nose. We signed up for this. It's not your ears that are going to get mangled. It's not your arm. Broken fingers, all expected, part of the business. Don't want it? Go be a plumber. Go do something else. Don't get in a cage fight. Your eyes? You don't ever mess around with your eyes. That I can tell you. So to question him not wanting to fight while he's seeing double or in pain, whatever it could be, not to mention the fear of, geez, how bad is this? Can't really see it. It's a very real thing. To say otherwise is just rude. And for Yair to shove Jeremy at a hotel, and I am coming to you possibly with one side of the story. I don't know what happened there. Maybe they passed and Jeremy started, and I really don't know. But I am a little bit puzzled how Rodriguez is so upset. I don't see how he got slighted. I mean that very sincerely. I don't see how he got slighted. This is a fighter I respect, fighter I appreciate. I'm on this one situation. If I could talk to him and ask him one question, that's what I would ask. What are you mad about? By the way, what are you mad about? Yair's ranked 1 in front of Jeremy. He's 6, Jeremy's 7. He doesn't move up, but he wasn't going to move up anyway in the rankings. He did the foul. I've just never seen this. I've never seen the guy do the foul. As closest as I've ever seen, where a guy pretending to be the victim, it ended up working out for him, was Masvidal. Do you guys remember when Masvidal walked up to Leon Edwards, gave him the 3-piece and a soda? Masvidal walks right up to him and just touches him up. I mean, I don't know that he even had gloves on. Leon wasn't ready. I mean, there was a lot to it. This was a bad action. It was caught on tape. And Masvidal chased him down, which in the world of law would be called a premeditation. Oh, and by the way, threw all of the punches. Oh, and by the way, took no punches back. Oh, and by the way, every one of the punches he threw landed. Masvidal was the victim. Came out, went aggressive, went to the media, said these hoodlums accosted me. There was 3 of them, kept referring them as hoodlums, and he was attacked and he was scared by these hoodlums. I just remember the article because I think hoodlum's a very funny word. By the way, I wish that hoodlum would make a comeback as a word. And I remember this article and I'm reading it. I'm going, this guy's a goddamn genius. The guy's either been in trouble with the law before and got smartened up somewhere along the way of how to handle this. This guy threw all the punches after seeking him out. Oh, and by the way, has victimized himself. Somehow it worked. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. I'm watching Masvidal. I'm going, George, not for nothing. I have always liked you. But I like you because you have a quality that I appreciate in people. It's a quality that I have. It's a quality I look for in somebody I want to be friends with. And that is, you're very shady.